Hey there, Scorpio. It's time to have a look and see what is going on with the 2 weeks commencing the new moon in Capricorn, January 13th, 2021. So, yep, we are doing bi-weekly horoscopes now, and we are also incorporating a bit of astrology with a big focus on lunations, new moon and full moons. This is a new moon reading. And just a quick reminder for those of you who are maybe interested in having more in-depth chats about the astrology as it relates to the signs on Fridays at 4 p.m. Pacific time, US and Canada. The first one starting the 8th, so this Friday. We're going to be doing chats on my Patreon where we're going to be going long form, but it's interactive. We're answering Q&As and all kinds of stuff like that, and talking in more finer depth what is going on with the astrology as it relates to this 2-week period. So if you want to check that out, again, you can follow the links down below. And also, for those of you who are watching your rising sign horoscope, remember, your rising sign is going to give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope is showing up. And your moon sign horoscope, well, that's going to be showing you the other story, or the B story, that is also going to be playing out throughout this 2-week period. And if you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So, let's talk about this new moon in Capricorn. It's occurring in your third house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, whether they be written contracts or, again, oral agreements. We're talking about your peer group, your colleagues, and to a certain degree also your vocational skills, your vocational image, as well as how you are interacting with the world. And this new moon is going to be conjunct Pluto, your ruling planet, the great transmuter. And so what's going to happen here is that over the course of this 2-week period, you're going to get a chance to do a lot of overriding and overwriting and replacing of a lot of existing contracts or a lot of existing agreements and arrangements that you have. Now, whether some of these are getting revised and rewritten to be maybe more current or more supportive, more applicable to your current situation, or maybe these are situations where we are abolishing certain things entirely and replacing them with new agreements, new contracts. A lot of you are also going to be finding that your peer group is going to go through a bit of a shuffle, but not necessarily in a bad way. This is an adjustment of your personal round table, and you may be finding that certain peers, colleagues, friends, and allies are actually getting closer to you, working with you, collaborating with you in a way that really actually boosts your productivity, boosts your ability to create, boosts your own prominence, your own skill set, actually leveling up a lot with your own skills, whether it's with your vocational training, the work that you do, maybe even your spiritual life, your creative life, your social life. We're getting a lot of assistance coming in here. However, this is going to displace and replace a lot of tools that maybe you were used to working with in the past. And this is going to do a bit of an alteration to maybe how you want to perform going into the future. And this may actually be something some of you have been hoping for, because this is connected to your ruling planet. So a lot of you may already have some people in mind, or some of you may even be finding that the avenue in mind is opening up. We've got a lot of Scorpio people getting on the move. Now, what's going on when it comes to your cards? Quick note, when it comes to the cards, I've found that since we are going so quantum and 2021 is about pulling everything into the now, that a lot of this you may actually go through in less than 2 weeks. You may actually go through this whole reading in 9, 10, 11 days versus, say, again, having it parsed out in an even this week versus this week fashion. Some of these things may be showing up simultaneously. Some of these things may be showing up immediately, one after another, in sort of a chain reaction kind of fashion. So it all depends on what's going on with you and how you are participating in your own life stream. So let's talk about your personal shifts, your big themes, your personal responsibility. This is, of course, we merged all those talks into this position, into this column here on the left, We start off this 2-week period with the Fool card reversed. And a lot of you Scorpio people are going to have to face fear of change or fear of adjustment. Now, this might be fear internally. You're also going to, however, be experiencing this on the external, whether it's relationships, jobs, teams, because the Fool card reverse is asking us to pay attention to where certain elements of life keep trying to recreate themselves or keep themselves going on in perpetuity. And so it's almost like this illusion of motion, this illusion of progress, but really it's actually just a cycle and a circle. The Fool card reverse is giving you a chance to not only see, but clear and eliminate any kind of static living or clockwork existence that has actually become an impediment to your growth, an impediment to your earning power, an impediment to your own conscious evolution process, as well as your ability to perform in the world. With the Fool card reversed, we may not only just be confronting our own fears of maybe a clean slate or a fear of a brand new chapter or a brand new life or a brand new self, but we're also going to be confronting fears that we may have taken on from other people, things that maybe we weren't always afraid of, but we saw enough people freak out or enough people screw it up or enough people not treat it well that now we're afraid to step up to that plate. But you're going to get a chance to do better. In fact, this evolves into the Knight of Swords upright. And not only are you doing better, but for those of you who take up this cup, you're going to be finding that allies, very much with that new moon theme, are also going to be coming to you, right? And working with you, helping you to tackle all kinds of obstacles. You're going to be pulling friends that are bona fide in their talents, skills, abilities, and connection closer to you. We are clearing out a lot of the detritus, a lot of the pretenders, a lot of those that may actually be kind of just trying to fake their way up. And you are getting now with the true blue. This person is legit. I have seen this person in action, or I know how this really works. This Knight of Swords energy is bringing champions to your cause, and it is also going to be pulling you in with people that are, again, very much comparable when it comes to talent, skill, ability, and passion. So we don't have to worry about any kind of disparity holding us back or holding us down. As we go on to your material shifts, what's going on with your work, what's going on with your finances, your job, even household matters, as it relates to your personal abundance, your personal wealth, and all of that good stuff. We've got the Tower card reversed to start it all off. Now, with the Tower reversed, I am seeing news of some kind of major shift or major collapse going on around you is going to open a road for you. But I do want to mention that with the Tower card reversed, it may feel weird that we are talking about it in such a mixed message way. With the Tower reversed, it's not happening to you personally. Okay, this collapse, this clearing, maybe it's a crisis happening to another person. It is actually opening a road. With the Tower card reversed, it's not happening to us, but we are seeing it happen in our periphery. In my tarot home study course, I allude to this being kind of like it's almost like the grocery store burning down. It's doing something different to our environment or to our road or to our space. The Tower card reversed for your work and your finances, I feel a lot of you may be finding certain positions are opening up. Maybe new financial opportunities are opening up. You may be hearing about, certain people quitting, getting fired. Or maybe you are benefiting from something collapsing that was absolutely working against you, which is now actually giving you some kind of financial advantage, some kind of material advantage, even something that frees you up when it comes to your own mobility or maybe getting into the home situation you truly desire. As we evolve into the second half of this 2-week experience, we have the Star card reversed. And a lot of you Scorpio people are going to be securing yourself in a very promising work avenue or financial avenue that's going to start actually trickling a lot of good resources your way, both in terms of social resources, social connections, and material wealth. The star card reverse is saying this is just the very, very beginning. Even if we are starting to notice a payout or starting to notice a payoff of some kind, it actually does get bigger and better from here. The star card reverse could actually be securing this for you so that you know it's like, all right, this is what I have, this is what I've got, and now it is on its way to me. Nothing and no one can stop me now. The star card reversed is bringing in that promise of not only getting to experience and use that light at the end of the tunnel right now, but also promising a snowball in the best of ways as we go into February. As we get on to your relationships, your closest one-on-one connections. So now we're talking about not just platonic relationships, but also, yes, romance and love commitments. We start off this period with the Five of Wands upright. And there's a lot of competing energy going on, especially when it comes to what kind of relationship, what kind of future is everyone actually building, and where is it actually serving for people to grow and expand and become the best that they are, to therefore contribute to the best friendship, the best romance, the best family, versus, say, that Fool card reversed, trying to recreate something from the past, relive something from the past, or copy an example that is unnatural to the participants in this connection. The Five of Wands is indicating a lot of you Scorpio people who may be single or available to other people are going to be meeting quite a few folks during this 2-week period, but not everyone is actually going to be showing up the way that you think. Some of these folks may actually be tempting because they give you a chance to maybe retry a certain relationship style or get back with a certain type of person, though it might not be that person. Again, tempting to relive, tempting to go do something again in a circular way. Please avoid the temptation or maybe even the craving to do so. The Five of Wands is not saying that everyone is going to be doing this. In fact, it's going to actually be more of a case of discernment. All right. Is this something that is actually taking me, to bigger and better new things? Or is this something that is just maybe more of a distorted, nostalgic reference that's almost making me go back and do a relationship the same way I did with somebody else in the past? We're going to have to be able to, of course, decipher that for ourselves. For those of you who are in existing committed relationships, we might have to confront this when it comes to maybe our parenting style, how we are going to be working together as a team. Are we behaving naturally as our true, authentic selves in this relationship? Or are we fighting over two completely different futures because one of us is and one of us is not? Are we fighting over two completely different futures because we're not seeing the truth about who the other person is? And how do we reconcile that? How do we rewrite this? How do we revise this? How do we both find ourselves in the relationship we want to have? As we evolve from that, we go into the Eight of Swords upright. And a lot of you will be spending some time in the second half of this period confronting a complex, or maybe some kind of emotional or mental program that has been, let's just say, either an overt or covert influence on all of your relationships for quite some time. Now, one of the things I'm seeing is that this will mostly be intangible. This is not necessarily like a person, but this could actually be like a mental complex, an insecurity. This is coming either from you or from maybe a friend, a relative, a partner. But what's happening with this Eight of Swords is now we have to look and see where has something that is, for all accounts, in need of clearing because it's dysfunctional, being given too much time, too much energy, too much consideration, and too much fuel to actually be, conducive for a positive relationship experience. Even new people who show up in the second half of this may actually be kind of presenting relationship opportunities on the condition that you accept a dysfunctional influence as sort of a third wheel. So be careful about where you go with this. It's not something that you have to welcome or hold space for. So that is what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And if you ever want to get a session with me, all you need to go is go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.